Betfas, known as one of the best 3.0 Expo players, finishing number 1 in the world 3 times. Today we're going to be looking at him reaching number 1 in the world once again with 3.0 Expo. This is the erratic Betfas collab you've been waiting for. Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and we are watching Betfas push to number 1 in the world. First game here, going against Sebastian, running this minor wall breakers deck, which is actually a really good matchup for Expo. One of the best matchups for Expo. It is really easy to get damage and go in, and just like Betfas here, Expo Tesla is probably one of the strongest plays in this matchup because it's hard for them to do literally anything, and we're going to see that very often here from Betfas in this match. But Sebastian off to a really strong start, but Betfas here with a nice Expo connection and pretty much evens out the damage right away here. If you guys do want to see more videos like this, make sure to like, sub, and comment. I'm very grateful that I got the chance to get this sort of gameplay from Betfas. But yeah, let's see what he does here. So archers in the back, same lane because, I mean, they don't have a big spell. They can't do much. Log for these wall breakers. And we have the magic archer to snipe these archers, Tesla high to snipe the magic archer. Sebastian blocks it with those skellies, but a nice e-spirit to hit those bats, and 2 of those skellies perfect from Betfas. And now we still have that Tesla up as well, and we'll see how Betfas proceeds into this. You might see, okay, knight in the back here. There might be pressure in the opposite lane from Sebastian. We do see a miner, and then the evil wall breakers as well. Evil archers come down, and Betfas I think is going to tank some of this damage and then go in, especially with that marcher on the knight, not even lining up onto the tower. Maybe he was just trying to kill the evil archer, but we see an Expo here from Betfas, e-spirit and skellies to block that bomb tower, and we might see a little bit of damage here from Betfas on the right side lane, which won't matter, but it is really good to kind of switch up lanes often in this matchup, because when you get a good sequence going, you'll get a nice kind of Expo left, Expo right. And we see a defensive Expo here from Betfas. Not very you don't see that often, is what I'm trying to say. I've never gone for a defensive Expo, but of course they don't have any sort of big spell. The only thing they can really do is maybe like marcher or miner to snipe it, and we do see a miner from Sebastian, but it is really easy to get some sort of offensive sequence going. And now we see an offensive Expo from Betfas, Bexpo, oopsies, and then Evo Tesla. As you can see, this Expo Tesla play very strong, especially with the Evo Tesla, and Sebastian is going to have to stall out this Expo and then go marcher. Might see a fireball. Now he just lets it go, and he might go in once again with another Expo. We do see the archer skellies, and here is another Expo from Betfas trying to pressure as much as he can, and we see a nice split lane pressure with the knight in front of the other archer on the right side, and miner here, and Sebastian is looking a little rough. Evil wallies onto the Tesla, and now I think he has to go marcher, and I think Betfas might fireball. There's the fireball, and this Expo is going to get a bunch of damage, but Sebastian only really down 600 damage, which is really not bad considering the difficult matchup it is for minor wall breakers. And we see a nice Tesla trying to protect maybe the marcher, but he didn't have it in cycle, but does kill the evil bats, and then Tesla on the miner as well. Sebastian does get a couple of hits, and we see another defensive Expo. Nice prediction on the magic archer for those archers, and then knight in front here to block. Obviously Sebastian will pop an ability, get a bit of chip. That ability is just really strong, but imagine that ability was still 1 elixir, and then another miner, and then log to cycle on the tower from Sebastian. We do see offensive Expo, Evo Tesla once again from Betfas, but that marcher gets a lot of damage, but this is going to be tough to defend from Sebastian. The miner on that inside tile, wall breakers to stall even more. And then another Expo here from Betfas, and this is where it's just tough. Like, there's no way Sebastian is going to end up defending this. The Expo connects marcher, fireball right away for that marcher, and that is going to be a ton of damage. I don't think Sebastian is going to be able to defend this. It looks like it is going to be GG's. Expo is going to take the tower down all the way to 300 HP, and now this is just a fireball log. Used to be a fireball, but after the nerf, it's fireball log. And that is a nice win from Betfas. We'll get into the next one. Alright guys, in our next match, Betfas versus Phonx. And Phonx playing Daggers, Duchess, Bomber, Inferno Dragon. Betfas split archers, and he's going to go with an inside tile Expo here to see what he has, or you might know what he's playing. I'm not sure what he's playing. And Expo is going to connect onto the tower. And we do see a Mega Knight here from Phonx. So what in the world? Okay, Mega Knight Mini P.E.K.K.A. What is this deck? I guess he's just playing some mid-ladder deck. Nice Tesla there. And Skellies as well. Perfect micro from Betfas. And now we see a Battle Ram, which might be tough to defend, but we do see the archers here. And let's see if Phonx has some sort of spell. Mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to get a hit onto the tower, but Betfas is still good here. Kind of split up his damage as well. And we're going to see how Betfas plays this sort of Mega Knight Bridge Spam Evo Inferno Dragon type deck here. It's kind of like P.E.K.K.A. Bridge with like a mix with like a bunch of random cards, which is pretty funny. But yeah, we do see another bomber in the back, and Betfas with the early Tesla middle. He'll be able to get back to another Evo Tesla, but you might want to save the Evo Tesla for like the Evo Ram or even the Evo Inferno Dragon, because Phonx will be back to an Evo Inferno Dragon. He also has the Zap as a spell, and then a Mother Witch as well. I mean, this is such an interesting deck. Evo Archers in the back here from Betfas, and now we see another Expo. We might see a Mega Knight here from Phonx. No Mega Knight. He's just going to go all in on this left side, and we're going to see how Betfas defends this sort of insane pressure. Knight very low, Fireball comes down, and then Skellies as well for that Mini P.E.K.K.A. And the Expo is now helping out, which is perfect, and that is going to be a perfect defense from Betfas. And now all he has to do is defend the rest of the game. Battle Ram in the back here from Phonx. Evo Tesla now and cycle. Betfas cycles it, and we do see a bomber here, Mother Witch, and yeah, this looks like a pretty not like good matchup. He doesn't have Evo Mega Knight, and of course we have the Evo Tesla for the Evo Ram and the Inferno Dragon, but we'll see how Betfas defends his push here. Might see a defensive Fireball at some point. E-Spirit here, but both stacking up on Teslas. Betfas log low archers here as well, and we are going to see another Tesla low. Look, he cycled 3 Teslas in under a minute, and we see a freeze here from Phonx. What in the world? He's playing Mega Knight Battle Ram freeze, but that is going to be a very clean defense from Betfas. 5 seconds left, and that is going to be a nice win from Betfas. Okay, Betfas going against Fire King. And you guys have probably noticed, but there is no sound, but it should be an issue next time. I'll definitely try and get sound. Tombstone here from Fire King after Betfas goes with the archers in the back. And might see a log here. There's the log from Betfas on the Tombstone. You kind of always just want to log the Tombstone. And Ice Wizard as well. So Fire King will be playing Graveyard, kind of Splash Yard, a deck you don't see anymore. But looks like Fire King is running it with the Hero Barb Barrel as well. Probably has the Evo Baby Dragon and maybe even the Evo Knight, which so this is a pretty difficult matchup because they just have Evo Knight Poison and they can just cycle every time. But we see an Expo right away from Betfas after the Knight in the back, and Fire King goes with the Tombstone Baby Dragon to defend. Unfortunately, this Expo will target the Knight, but forcing out a lot of elixir here from Fire King as well. And that Hero Bar Barrel is just going to re-roll and take out all the Skellies and that Expo. And we do take a Baby Dragon shot as well. So we're going to see how Betfas manages to win this game here. I think he might have to like play aggressive, or at the end just try and Fireball cycle. Maybe try and get like a small lock and then keep the damage lead. But yeah, this is definitely a good match to see. A nice high Tesla here. High Teslas are really good in this match as well, because you do want to win the bridge battles a lot. And he does have the Tornado, which is actually good to see. So it's like very, very classic Splash Yard. So we do see a Knight, and the next Knight is going to be the Evo Knight. Poison up high, expecting the archers, but Betfas goes with the Knight. And we just see a naked Fireball onto the tower from Betfas, already starting the Fireball cycle, as you can see. And of course, we're going to be going opposite lane. We might see a switch up of lanes from Fire King possibly, but we'll see what happens. Double elixir here, and Betfas in a pretty good spot, to be honest. Not too bad. We have the Evo Archers and the Evo Tesla in cycle as well. We might see an Evo Tesla high here. E-Spirit And then, yeah, there's the high Evo Tesla. Graveyard from Fire King. Knight in front for that Baby Dragon. And this is going to be an easy defense from Betfas. Log and then Skellies as well for all those Skellies in the back. And now we might see an Expo here on the right-hand side. There's the Expo. Ice Wizard as well. And, of course, Fire King has the Evo Knight. So he's just going to Evo Knight and poison. That Evo Knight just stalls forever. I mean, that is impossible. So Betfas might just throw some sort of fireball on the tower or might try and go in once again. Hero Bar Barrel, Log on top of the Tombstone. And yeah, here's the Expo on the opposite lane because you kind of want to split up the poison damage. You don't want to go in the same lane every time because then they're just going to stack poisons over and over. And we see a Tesla to snipe the Knight and just another Tombstone here from Fire King. And yeah, as you can see, this is just impossible to get a lock. So we do see another fireball on top of the Tombstone. E-Spirit in the back here as well. Split archers. And then we see the Ice Wizard. Defensive Expo here outside of the anti-poison from the left tower. So Fire King does just go with the poison on the Expo. Nice, interesting Tesla placement, but it will help out on like the graveyard and the supporting troops as well. So actually a pretty good Tesla placement. NATO there from Fire King. Maybe not the best NATO. We do see a nice late log from Betfas, but a lot of Skelly damage on top of the tower. And we see Evo Tesla here right away, but Fire King is back to his Evo Knight. So all of that, like that NATO is just not going to do anything because the Evo Knight is barely going to just stall out the entire time. But we do get 2 ticks on the tower, and we are going to see another Expo. Has to go with the NATO on the Knight, and this might actually be a good situation. Evo Archers, Fireball right away for that Tombstone, and then just Knight on defense right away from Fire King. Skellies for the Barbell Log, but he just re-rolls, and E-Spirit as well. Nice Tesla. The Expo is going to kill the Ice Wizard, and we are going to see a bunch of damage. Fireball from Betfas, and Betfas is actually up 1,000 damage, which is insane. We do see a defensive Expo here from Betfas, and we are trying to win the bridge battle right away with that nice high Tesla. Log low right away. Archers outside of the poison. Very good archers, and another Tesla to snipe that Baby Dragon. Perfect. Another Fireball here from Betfas, and we do see the E-Spirit and then the Knight again. And this is a really nice defense. He just has to defend this graveyard. And of course, the Evo Tesla, one of the best defenses for the graveyard, is going to clean it up. A fireball right away here. And we just need something for this Baby Dragon. It's going to lock into the tower. But the Knight ability comes down. And that is going to be a nice win from Betfas. Okay, in our next game, Betfas going against Marcel P. We do see archers. And then Hog Rider immediately from Marcel. Looks like Betfas doesn't have his Tesla. We do get starting handed. But a perfect Skellies and Log timing there to take out the Hog without needing our Tesla. That is just unfortunate getting starting handed, but that is how you defended a Hog Rider without needing the Tesla. And it looks like we are going to be facing either 2.6 or... Okay, it is going to be 2.6, so this is going to be a really good match to see. Fireball E-Spirit on that Musketeer. So if you guys don't have your Knight in Cycle, you can Fireball E-Spirit the Musketeer. Because that ability is going to be very hard to stop. So don't be afraid to use those fireballs on defense. Hog Rider to pull the Knight. That is a funny play to see. But of course, Betfas is going to have to use his Tesla. So not even a bad play because it's defending the Knight and forcing out a defense for the Hog Rider. And this is going to be an interesting matchup. We're going to see how Betfas wins. A fireball hitting one of the archers. That is a really funny fireball. And Marcel already starting his fireball cycle. We do see a Knight in front of this archer, and he might go Expo. There's the Expo right away from Betfas. We're going to see if he can get a connection, but that Ice Golem and the quick cycle is just so easily to get back to another Ice Golem. But a nice Tesla to catch this Hog Rider, and we might see a Log to try and get a connection, but cannon here from Marcel. We might see Skellies and E-Spirit, Ice Spirit, I mean, to just tank out this. Oh, but he does misplace his Ice Golem, so that is a bit of damage from Betfas, which is really important, especially in this match where no Hog Rider hits or Expo connections should be allowed. And we do see Evo Archers for this Ice Golem, and I think he will go in with another Expo, a nice middle placed Expo, so that other archer can probably try and contribute. And there it is, hitting 2 shots onto the Hog Rider. Skellies for the Hog Rider, but Marcel is just going to have another Ice Golem to defend this Expo. And interesting Hog Rider placements from Marcel. And we do have their Evo Tesla for the Hog Rider. And yeah, one thing about this matchup is you don't want to get outcycled, but Marcel having to use his Hog Riders on defense is pretty fortunate for Betfas because he's always able to get some sort of offensive pressure and misplaces his Ice Spirit. The Knight almost onto the tower, has to get high Skellies here. And it doesn't look like Marcel's playing this pretty well. High Tesla and then Skellies here for that Hog Rider. And that is going to be a nice defense once again from Betfas. And just goes with another Expo plus a Knight here. And might see a Fireball. No, Archer's high here from Betfas. Keep the troops on the board. Spell cycling for later. And just trying to get some sort of value. Another Hog Rider here. Tesla high. Skellies right away. DPS this Hog Rider as much as you can. And we are going to see probably another Expo. Evo Cannon, though, taking all of the Tesla and the Expo out. And another Hog Rider here from Marcel. Expo and E-Spirit, but messes it up. And this is pretty bad here from Betfas. How is he going to come back from this? He's just going to go all in. Evil Archer's bridge because that Fireball might have been an overcommit. Log middle, try and predict something. Hits the cannon. Evil Archer still alive. Ice Golem here from Marcel. Knight ability from Betfas. And he gets back to another Expo. And the first Expo is going to connect onto the tower. Second one is on the tower. And Marcel is just going to give up. And that is going to be a nice win from Betfas. Alright, in our next match, Betfas versus Moonwalk in 3k medals range, which is pretty cool to see. Moonwalk giving the early good game, places the Evil Cannon up high. I'm not sure why he said the early good game, maybe they know each other, but we do see an Expo here from Betfas and Rocket right away. So it looks like it might be Drill Rocket. Yeah, there's the Fire Spirit, so it is going to be Rocket Drill, which is a really difficult matchup for Expo, but I do find this matchup easier than the Poison matchup just because they can't kind of get value on the tower and the Expo with the Rocket. They can only do that with the Poison. And we see a Bomber here from Moonwalk, and we're going to see how Betfas kind of wins this game. We see Archers to snipe this Bomber. Cannon comes down from Moonwalk. Maybe not the best cannon. Yeah, we see an Expo here on this left-hand side. Drill right away here from Moonwalk, and he's probably just going to rocket the Drill or maybe try and get away with it. Nah, he comes right away with the Rocket, but the Expo does connect for a little bit of damage, which any sort of damage in this matchup is going to be really helpful because they have a quick cycle, and obviously they have the Rocket for every single one of your Expos. So yeah, we're going to see exactly how this matchup is supposed to be played from the one himself, Betfas. A Knight right here from Betfas, and we're going to see what he does with this Knight. Goes with the Expo, obviously. Evil Archer's up high because he's not back to the Rocket just yet. Cannon plus Snowball, Evil Cannon is what I wanted to say. And then the he's going to have to Fire Spirit and probably get back to another Knight. Does he get it down? No. Doesn't have enough elixir, and that is going to be another huge Expo connection. Wow, that is a great start from Betfas. Up 1600 damage, and that is just amazing, especially against this matchup. We're going to see if Betfas can hold this lead and win this game. Perfect Tesla, predicting the Drill, but Rocket immediately from Moonwalk. And we do see the Skellies. No Log tries to predict the Expo, but Betfas goes in the same lane this time. He's going to try and get some sort of good sequence going. Tesla up high as well. From Betfas, Moonwalk goes Snowball, Fire Spirit, Skellies for this Expo, and just stalls the Expo out. We're going to see how Betfas can try to get some sort of offensive pressure. Maybe an Expo. Yeah, Skellies Expo. Rocket immediately from Moonwalk. Very nice reaction time. And Moonwalk coming back with damage. Pretty much gets a free Rocket on the tower. And Betfas now cycling his Fireballs, of course. Gonna have to get some sort of damage as Moonwalk is Rocket cycling his tower. Skellies here. We might see a nice log on that Drill. There's a log, perfect. And we do see an Expo as these Evil Archers are coming up. Skellies and then Rockets the Expo once again. But one Expo hit on the tower. Very good. Very good. If Betfas can keep cycling his Fireballs and defend these Drills perfectly, this might be able to win. Perfect bridge block from Betfas. E-Spirit log right away here on those Goblins there. E-Spirit chaining onto the Bomber as well. Skellies up high to make sure the Archers kill the Cannon. Very nice. there in a split archers once again, and Moonwalk going in with another drill, just spamming. Knight block the bridge. Evo Snowball trying to hit something, but that is going to be a nice Evo Snow actually hitting, and Betfas actually misplaced his log, so those goblins do get on the tower, which is really bad. And we do see another expo here. Knight probably an ability. Evo Tesla instead. Snowball drill from Moonwalk, and now he's coming back. These drills are getting so much damage, and they are really hard to defend considering he has the Evo Snow and the Fireball. Not Fireball, but Rocket. Evo Archers up high here from Betfas. Nice Evo Archers hitting that drill. Expo is still alive, and we are going to probably see another Expo right away. From Betfas. Keep up the pressure as much as you can so we can't rocket cycle onto the tower. And now we're going to see probably a fireball. There's the fireball from Betfas. And if he can keep defending these drills, he's up 800 damage. Sorry, 600 damage. And prepace Tesla, and Betfas is going to go with a Knight Expo because the drill rocket comes down from Moonwalk. Skelly's here, log on top of all that. And Betfas needs to make sure he can't get another rocket down, and he's going to take the win. So he has to pressure as much as he can. Archers up high on that cannon. Fireball right away, predicting the Fire Spirit, and it's going to be locked into the drill. Can Moonwalk get a rocket down? He can, but the Evo Archers on top of the Tesla. Evo Snow. Expo is going to connect onto the tower. Fireball gets down, and that is an insane win from Betfas. Wow. I can't believe that. Okay, guys, in our next game, after that insane 50 HP last second win, Betfas against Limakulus here. Betfas goes with the Archer split in the back, and we do see an Evo Zap. Let's see what he's playing. Evo Zap could be like any sort of, okay, Mini P.E.K.K.A as well. We do see an Expo here, and it is going to be Giant Sparky with the Heal Spirit Mini P.E.K.K.A. And a Giant ability here from Limakulus, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A and the Giant are still alive. He's just going to get back to another pair of Archers, and now Limakulus has to defend this Knight. So he has the Heal Spirit and the Skellies. And he's going to have Sparky NATO as well. But a nice Knight ability here from Betfas. He's going to get 3 hits, 4 hits, maybe 5. No, 4 hits onto the tower. And that is a beautiful start. So this is also a pretty good matchup as well. Just because you have pretty good defenses for the Sparky. And obviously that Evo Tesla as well. Also him not having the hero Mini P.E.K.K.A is pretty useful too. So we do see log Skellies as well. To make sure that Knight doesn't get any sort of damage on it. And now we do see a Sparky here, and Expo opposite inside tile, of course, and Giant down from Limakulus. We do see the Evo Archers to DPS the Giant here. Okay, sorry guys, it did cut. The Sparky did end up hitting the Archers, and then Betfas got a Knight Skellies down for this Sparky that was on the left side. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. My like screen recording kind of messed up. If it does, I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. We are heading into double elixir. Betfas with a nice damage lead here as well. And we do see the Evo Wizard. So he will have the Evo Wizard over the hero Mini P.E.K.K.A. That is why he doesn't have the hero Mini P.E.K.K.A. Giant in the back as well. And we do see Expo from Betfas. And if he does go Sparky, I think Betfas might go with his Evo Tesla. No, he goes E-Spirit Archers, gets a Heal Spirit. And that Sparky ended up killing the Expo with the Evo Wizard and the Giant coming in. So we're going to see how Betfas actually ends up defending this. Sorry guys, it actually did end up cutting again. It won't happen again this time. I did end up fixing it. We only missed like 5 seconds anyway. But we do see now an Expo here from this on the left side, and a Giant to block. Archers here to DPS the Giant. Skellies as well, but it did end up hitting. And a NATO here from Limakulus to kill those Archers with the Sparky. We do see a Tesla, might see an E-Spirit to tank for 1 shot, and then a Knight here as well. And that is going to be a nice defense. Betfas still barely has taken any damage, probably only gotten Zap and NATO damage. Very perfect defense. Evo Archers here. NATO Zap actually does not kill the Evo Archers, so we will see a Knight in front of these Evo Archers DPSing everything. And Evo Wizard has to be on defense. Betfas giving the good game, going Expo left lane, and there's no way he's going to defend this. Might see a Sparky, and then maybe try and get a Zap down. But E-Spirit here from Betfas. Skellies as well to tank, and that is going to be a very nice Expo lock. Knight as well gets a Fireball down. And respect to Limakulus not giving up, going with the Giant in front of the Sparky. But Log will take out take out the Sparky, Tesla for the Giant, and E-Spirit up high for that Mini P.E.K.K.A and Heal Spirit. Skellies as well. Mini P.E.K.K.A almost getting out to the tower, but we do see a Knight. NATO to pull it off, and we have to see a log here from Betfas, and that got a little sketchy, but Betfas manages to defend. And now this is just 2 logs and a fireball. E-Spirit here. Limakulus is going to just give it up. And that is going to be a nice win from Betfas, and let's get into the next game. Alright guys, in our next game, Betfas against YT Aryan CR. Following up a very nice win against Giant Sparky. Playing the Dagger's Duchess is Aryan, and he has the Evo Inferno Dragon as well. So Tesla here from Betfas, 1 tile to the left, because if not, it wouldn't have hit. And we do see the Evo Battle Ram, and it looks like Aryan is going to be playing the same deck as Phonx, which is really interesting because I've never seen this deck before, but I guess it's really popular on top ladder. Mega Knight Freeze Battle Ram. I mean, he goes Mega Knight in the back. You might see an Expo here anyway from Betfas, because that bomber is going to end up dying, and we will just take the 1 hit. And yeah, that is going to be a nice Expo connection here from Betfas. And if he can, he might try and get a King Tower activation, but the Mini P.E.K.K.A comes behind, so he won't be able to. Has to go Knight low, and then perfect Skellies, and then the Tesla as well to stall that Mother Witch, kill the Mega Knight, and Knight ability might come down. Perfect Knight ability from Betfas. Freeze though from Aryan, and log comes down. He doesn't get the Mini P.E.K.K.A ability off, and that is going to be game over. I mean, Betfas pretty much already wins here. All he has to do is defend from now on, and this is the same thing that happened with Phonx. Betfas just went in, and then he defended an insane defense, and Battle Ram here from Aryan, but E-Spirit's archers there to take it out, and this is just a really good start from Betfas. Also, probably a really good matchup. I mean, they have nothing for your archers, but this is just a very funny deck to see on top ladder, and we're going to see how Betfas defends for the rest of the game. Obviously, Aryan cycling to his Evo Inferno Dragon, Skellies in the back, and then the Evo Tesla down. Of course, especially, I guess in this matchup, you do want to cycle your Teslas to try and get back to them as much as you can. And then, yeah, the Evo Tesla is going to take care of the Bomber and the Inferno Dragon. Fireball for the Mother Witch. Very simple plays, and we do see a Mega Knight in the back. Beth is going for the 2nd tower here. Not even a defensive expo. He's trying to get a 2 crown here, and we're going to see what Aryan does. Of course, Evo Battle Ram. We're going to split our Evo Archers here. And how is Betfas going to defend this Mini P.E.K.K.A Battle Ram? Mega Knight, iDrag, and a perfect Knight placement actually catches the Bomber and pulls the Mega Knight, killing their Inferno Dragon. And now all he has to deal with is this Mega Knight, and he still has a Tesla and Evo Archers on the tower, and we just see a Fireball again here from Betfas. And yeah, there's nothing Aryan can do. 15 seconds left. Goes with the Mega Knight in front of this Battle Ram, but Betfas is going to be able to stall out the rest of the game pretty easily. Battle Ram connects, which is perfect. E-Spirit up high, pulls the Mega Knight all the way into the other lane. And that is going to be a very nice win from Betfas. Alright guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy and want to see more Betfas erratic collab, make sure to like, sub, and hype up the video. I feel like hype is an underrated feature, but thank you all for watching to the end, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!